Hi there, coming to you from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. So this is my husband, Scott Blayney.
Hello there.
And I'm April Blayney, and this is Midlife Vagabonding. And we have a story for why we have started a website and a YouTube channel under this title, partly our age, and partly we have decided that we want to live a life that inspires ourselves, and we really hope inspires, many of you to do some things that maybe you haven't had the courage to act on. And I really feel like it's been a few years in coming and lots of different events and experiences that have led us to this place. But we've just realized that, well, we've had our kids and, we've had the house and the white picket fence, so to speak, and realized that that's not what we want or who we are. We did that, for the reason of bringing up our family, and that was great. We're very grateful for all of that. But anyways, we just want to share a bit about who we are and why we're starting this YouTube channel, and we have some videos to share right after this, actually, of some of the work that we're going through to get ready for our very near future dream. How about you, Scott? Did you want to explain a little bit about our lives and what led us here to this point?
Sure. I guess about 9 years ago, we started. I picked up a book. So it was my my manager at Christmas. He would give us a gift card for a bookstore. And so I went, and there was this one book that I had seen the year before that I wanted to get, but I hadn't bought it that previous year, so I wanted to get it. It was Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And so I picked it up, and I read through it, and it really just kind of opened my mind up. A lot of pieces fell into place. A lot of things started to make sense. And I'll talk more about that in later videos. But my mind was basically blown, and I understood that in order to have the kind of income that you need to be truly comfortable, that I would have to be a business owner and not an employee. And so I tried over the next 9 years to start a whole bunch of businesses. Early on, it was network marketing or multi-level marketing. Got into direct sales, and then ultimately started my own marketing agency, and that's what I'm doing today. Fast forward 9 and a bit years, and the office where I worked, which is funded by the provincial government, which has a new leader who's cutting budgets left and right, they basically anticipated that their budget was going to be cut, and so they were looking for ways to save money, and they offered an early exit package to anyone who would volunteer to take it. And so I did. I volunteered with the understanding that I would have some time. That would buy me some time to get things in order and go full-time with my business. Mm-hmm. And so that's what the whole midlife vagabonding is all about. It's we're midlife, we're 50-ish, and we want to actually start to enjoy life. One of the things I wrote down in one of my journals was, what would I do for money if my goal was to be happy? Because I can tell you, what I did for the last 20 years, it was good work, and it was something that resonated with me, but over time it just it started to not be fun anymore. Mm-hmm. And so that's why this idea of just cutting everything loose. We're selling our house. We'll be selling one of our cars. We have 2 adult boys, men, who are looking for an apartment, and we are going to hit the road. And so this video really is the first video in what we hope to be, a lot of videos from the road, and we want to travel around the world. Part of the inspiration for that was the 4-Hour Work Week, which I read many years ago. And he also references a book called Vagabonding, which we have a copy of. We've been reading it together. And the idea of living on the road pretty much, and living frugally, and having a business model that allows you to work from the road. Up until this point, the type of work that we have done has been to exchange time for money. I went to an office. April would go either, she had her own studio where she conducted hypnosis as a consultant. And so, it was time for money. Mm-hmm. And so you're always tied to geography. You can't just go somewhere. Mm-hmm. So now we're switching to a business model that allows us to travel, and so we want to talk about that as well. Mm-hmm. But this video is really just to give you a bit of background on us. My work was in IT, in case you're wondering, and to talk about where we're going. So the first thing that we're doing is getting the house ready
to sell. Yeah, and we've done this before. We've sold it privately. We're going through Purple Bricks this time, and mm-hmm. We're looking forward to getting that done. And that's sort of part one. One thing I'll add to what Scott shared is a big part of this that you have to do for any successful endeavor or business or big change in life is we started doing meditation, a gratitude journal, and each morning we read the Daily Stoic, which has been phenomenal for mindset and getting through challenges, or just kind of mm-hmm. Setting your mind, grounding yourself in a really good place. And then from there we'd go do like a meditation, depending on the kind of day we're having, how busy. It will depend on which length of meditation we choose for the day, or what
some
topic.
Days we miss. We're not perfect about it.
Yeah. And I actually did a Facebook live recently that was called Stop Shoulding All Over Yourself. That's SHOUDING. Just because sometimes we set goals and hey guys, I think that's super important. It is important to try to stick to them and become more consistent. And to do that is it takes time, and you have to change some habits, make some baby steps.
Perfect.
Yeah, it takes time. Yeah, it takes time. So anyways, we just wanted to share that with you, and really we hope that this resonates with a lot of you that watch this, and hope that you enjoy us sharing our journey. Hope you'll hop along with us, follow us, and
yeah, if you want to see videos of us traveling around the world, not just us, but seeing, exotic locations, then subscribe and at least see where we're going, see what we're up to, find out what our business model is, and how we're able to do this, travel on the road and still make a living. Mm-hmm. Because I'm sure that there are some people watching this video right now who think, I would love to do that. When we tell people what we're doing, we get two reactions. We get people who are like, oh my God, are you crazy? You quit your job? What? Mm-hmm. And they can't believe it, and they think that we're foolish. And then there's other people who they want to know, how are you doing this? What's your website? I want to follow you. I want to live vicariously through your travels.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
So, there's going to be people watching this video who are of that persuasion. So I would encourage you to subscribe, not so that we can get our numbers up of subscribers or anything like that, although that's great, but so that you can learn, you can find out, how this is done, and maybe one day take the plunge yourself. All right, so I guess that's about it in terms of what we wanted to say. Is there anything else?
No, that's it for today.
All right.
All right, guys, take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.